I don't even know where I want to start because I've hated Nintendo for years. When I heard about the Switch 2's announcement, I literally wanted this thing to flop immediately. But unfortunately, because Nintendo fans will buy anything, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell out even though you idiots claimed you weren't gonna buy it. And it's totally worth more than the PS5 digital. Totally worth it. And I highly doubt this thing's gonna be running at 4K 120 frames per second. Like, I'd love to see that. A handheld running 4K 120? Definitely. I definitely believe that. This garbage tier, trash company that makes the most low effort, mobile game looking mediocre trash. They overprice their games. Make some of the worst controllers I've ever seen in my life. The GameCube controller is one of the worst controllers I've ever held in my hands. Ever. And they're reselling it for probably $100. Would not surprise me. The Joy-Cons, basically $90 for Joy-Cons. We all know how much those things sucked on the original Switch, and I never even experienced Joy-Con drift, but they're just not worth anywhere close to that because this is Nintendo. They want to put the bare minimum in when it comes to just about everything they do, like making an extremely underpowered console and charging $300 for it, which I still think the Series S is a better console, and there's absolutely no games worth even playing on it. At least the games can actually run at 60 frames per second, unlike the Switch. Your games suck. What library of games do you have? There's nothing worth playing. Mario, Trash Bros, another driving simulator that's not even good, and now they're making open world mode. And let's all pretend this game's really good. It's open world now. That you're not gonna play this game for probably longer than a week. We're gonna pretend that it's so good. You'll spend almost $100 to drive in a circle. If this were any other company, you'd actually have actual criticism towards a company, but no, it's Nintendo, so we have to praise Nintendo because we all love Nintendo around here. Nintendo's just so amazing. Charging $60 for 2D platformers, some of the most mediocre, low-effort video games I've ever seen. Pokemon is $60 for some reason, when those are the most obvious low-effort indie game level. They put no effort into their games. Your consoles suck. You finally caught up to the PlayStation and the Xbox, but honestly, who cares? Your games aren't gonna look any better. The visuals are gonna look basically the same. But let's all clap. Let's finally clap that they decided to make a powerful piece of hardware again. It's only been like 20 years now. How long? When did the GameCube come out? Their only good console. Finally decided to add voice chat after years. It's been in games for years now, but Nintendo finally adds it, and let's all clap now. They finally did something. Why does Nintendo just get away with everything that they do? They can just get away with pretty much anything. It doesn't matter what it is. They could charge $300 for the games. You idiots would actually pay for it too. You would buy these games, but it doesn't matter to you because this company's like a cult to you. You will worship them no matter what. You unironically have more devotion to a company than your own family. It's really pathetic. Nintendo fans really are cucked, dude. There's nothing more to say than that. I honestly have no clue how you can be excited as a Nintendo fan when you already know the few games that are going to come out. I can actually tell you the lineup of games that are going to release on the Switch too, so get ready. You ready? Another Mario game, probably a few Mario spin-off games because, you know, gotta milk Mario even more. Another Zelda game, another Trash Bros. There's going to be another one of those. There's going to be Splatoon 4, even though it's literally the same game as the third. They're not going to change anything. They're just probably going to add like a few maps and maybe add some new weapons or something. I don't really know. Instead of just updating the game or adding DLC. Now let's make a brand new game, even though we didn't actually make a brand new game. We just basically just change the name and then charge you another $60 and you morons actually paid $60 for what looks to be like maybe a $30 game. But yeah, you have fun playing the same game again, you retard. Same retards that buy sports games over and over again. There's gonna be another Pokemon game. They already showed that off. That's another $60 game for some reason. Another overpriced piece of trash game. Indie slop. I won't even consider it Devil. It's definitely not Devil. Definitely like an indie game. These are totally worth $60, man. Visuals still look terrible. Still, PS3 games have better graphics than Switch games, which is truly pathetic. It's like they're just stuck in the past. They don't want to move on. Your games look bad visually. Your games aren't good. They're mediocre. There's genuinely only like 2 Nintendo games I actually like. 2. That's pretty bad. That is not very many. They just keep milking the same 3, 4, 5 franchises because that's all they know. Another Metroid game. Oh, it took forever. Not that I care. Maybe another Fire Emblem game, even though no one plays those. What do they have? Like, what do they actually have that's worth playing? Nothing. How are people getting hyped for something? They showed like maybe 3 games off. Three first party games. What is it to get hyped for? Make a new IP. Like, they just can't do that. They're just too lazy. It still wouldn't be worth it. I'd rather buy another PS5 over a Switch because at least my games are gonna look good. At least I'm gonna have some level of fun. Another jumping simulator, another twink simulator. Get to play as Link again. Get hyped for Breath of the Wild 3. It's gonna happen. Nintendo fans really are the biggest cucks in gaming. You morons will pay for anything.